Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we will have a discussion on some further aspects of process costing system and the use of various concepts in preparation of cost of production report. Here we will discuss various aspects of calculation of equivalent units. Materials can be added at different point of time in a production cycle, might be at the start of the period, might be at the end of the period, might be after completion of certain stage. So these are the variations in the increments or you may say application of material cost, and this will result into variation in the calculation of equivalent units in preparation of cost of production report. We will have illustrative examples for calculating of equivalent units by using various aspects of these incurrences of material costs or these application of material cost in the production cycle. Sometimes there might be a situation that materials are added in parts. Some material is added at the start, some material is added during the period at a certain point of time, and some materials are added at the end of the period. We can say that 40% material is added at start, 20% material is added at when the units are half completed, and rest of the material is added at end of the period. So when we have such a situation, in this way we will have different stages of completion for every cost element aspect. We will have different stage of completion for materials, we will have different stage of completion for conversion, we will have different stage of completion for labor and factory overheads. So we will have a complete numerical illustration and example for the calculation of this, how we will calculate work in process inventory. So the valuation of work in process inventory will require allocation cost of each element. We will have work in process inventory costs showing the different cost elements. Whatever cost is included in work in process inventory, that might be material, that might be labor, that might be factory overhead, that might be previous department cost. So we will show all cost elements separately. In this way, we will have the proper information for our calculation of cost and working for a weighted average cost method. So in weighted average cost method, we would have or we would require a work in process inventory cost of each element. And when we have various stages of completion for each element, we will definitely have calculation of equivalent units for each cost element separately, equivalent units of material separately, equivalent units of labor separately, equivalent units of you must say factory overhead separately. Situation in calculation of equivalent units is when materials are added at the end of the process. When materials are added at end of the process, only finished units would have material cost applied, because materials are added when units have been completed. For example, packing cost will be applied at end of the process. So materials are added at the end of the process, only finished goods would have material applied and will be included in equivalent units, and in process units would not been charged any material costs. That's why they would not be included in equivalent units calculation. It means finished units would be 100% complete as respect to materials, and in process units would be 0% complete as to materials when materials is added at the end of the process. It means that we will see at what point of production cycle material is added. If units are partially completed and material is to add at the end of the process, so the partially completed units have not received any material, so they are 0% complete with respect to materials, and only finished goods or the completed goods would be applied material cost. That's why they would be 100% complete with respect to materials. When we calculate equivalent units for labor and factory overhead, they would be units multiplied by stage of completion. If they are 100% complete, that is completed units, they are 100% complete. And for the work in process, they would be partially completed and stage of completion will be given, and we will apply formula, that is units multiplied by stage of completion, then we will get their equivalent units. So in this way, when materials are added at the end of the process, we can calculate equivalent unit. Let's have the better understanding with the help of illustrative problems and different various options for calculation of equivalent units. What about the fourth scenario? Fourth scenario, materials are added at the end of the production. Here is the end of the production case. How we will treat when this statement is given in our question? By using above information, we will compute quantity schedule, likewise beginning, received, total count for, completed, and ending work in process. So we have 10,000, 14,000, 4,500 mean total, 14,500 completed, and 3,000 still in process. And we had put 17,500 units in the process in this period, in this month. And what about department A equivalent units? We have 10,000 100% complete, 10,000 4,500 100% complete, 4,500 3,000 100% complete, 3,000. And here we will also having 100% completion, because in this 10,000 100% complete, because completed unit mean 100% material used, 100% conversion cost used. So 10,000 multiplied by 100%, so 10,000 multiplied by 100%, that is 10,000. So likewise 4,500 multiplied by 100%, likewise we have 4,500 over here. And what about this material cost? It means the materials are added at the end of production. It means when units will be completed 100%, then material will be added. These units are 40% complete only. It means they have not reached till the end of the production. It means no material has been added on these units. With respect to material, these 3,000 units are still to complete. So we will have 0% completion of this. It means we have not added any material on this number of units. We haven't added any material on these 3,000 units because they are only 40% complete. When they will be reached on the end of the production, we will add these material. Examples of such materials are packing materials. When unit is completed, then we pack them. So in this scenario, when unit is completed, at the end of the process material is added, because these units are not still completed, they are in process. When they will be complete, then we will add those that material. So we will having a 0% completion with respect to materials. And what about the conversion cost? And with respect to conversion, we have been given a percentage. We will simply multiply with this percentage, and we will be having our answer. Here we have this multiply by 40%, then we will have our answer, that is 1,200. So when we will have a total of these three columns, we will be having total equivalent units, and by using these total equivalent units figure, we will be having per unit cost of department A, per unit cost of materials in department B, and per unit cost of conversion in a department B. In this way we can calculate this figure.